For thousands of years, the story of humanity has been carved into stone, buried beneath deserts, oceans, and dense jungles. Yet scattered across the globe are monuments and artifacts that defy everything we thought we knew about the past. Picture this, a mysterious quarry in China where ancient builders cut the largest stone blocks in human history for a colossal project, only to abandon them before their purpose was ever realized. Imagine an underground city, its vast tunnels and chambers stretching far enough to shelter tens of thousands, carved with a precision that seems impossible even today. In Bulgaria, the Varna necropolis, one of the world's oldest cemeteries, reveals a treasure of gold artifacts so advanced, so refined, that they rewrite the story of early civilization. Across continents, discoveries like these aren't just impressive, they're baffling. Some are massive in scale, others impossibly precise, or so unusual in design that they challenge the very capabilities of the civilizations we believe built them. These are not myths or legends. They are real places and objects mapped, photographed, and studied for decades, and yet the explanations remain incomplete. In this video, we'll explore some of the most mind-blowing archaeological discoveries that no one has ever been able to fully explain. Mysteries that continue to haunt historians, archaeologists, and explorers to this very day. Off the coast of Pohnpei in Micronesia lies Nanmadol, a sprawling city built atop a lagoon, often called the Venice of the Pacific. Constructed between the 12th and 13th centuries, it consists of nearly 100 artificial islets connected by canals. What makes Nanmadol extraordinary are its colossal basalt columns, some weighing more than 50 tons, stacked like giant logs to form walls, temples, and palaces. How an island society, without metal tools or large animals, moved and positioned these megaliths remains a mystery. Once the ceremonial and political seat of the powerful Saudalur dynasty, Nanmadol was eventually abandoned, leaving behind a haunting maze of ruins, now slowly reclaimed by the sea. Even today, it stands as one of the world's greatest unanswered archaeological enigmas, blending history, myth, and engineering marvel. Saparang Ruins, China. High on the arid plateau of western Tibet, hidden among desert cliffs and winding valleys, lie the Saparang Ruins, the forgotten capital of the ancient Guj kingdom. Few travelers ever reach this place. At first glance, it looks like a city carved from golden rock. But step closer and you discover a labyrinth of tunnels, monasteries, and fortress walls that once stood as the heart of a thriving empire. What makes Saparang extraordinary is not only its isolation, but its survival. Built more than 1,000 years ago, it rose as a powerful Buddhist kingdom that traded with India, Nepal, and faraway Central Asia. The city stretched vertically with houses, temples, and palaces stacked along the cliff face, connected by secret stairways and underground passages. At the summit, the royal palace looked down like a watchtower over the desert. Yet in the 17th century, the kingdom vanished almost overnight. Local legends speak of betrayal, famine, and war, but no record fully explains why such a strong capital fell so quickly. Inside its caves, murals still glow with vibrant colors, scenes of deities and cosmic mandalas painted with minerals so pure that they remain vivid even after centuries of wind and sand. Saparang is more than a ruin. It is a riddle in stone, a silent reminder of a kingdom that disappeared, leaving behind more questions than answers. Rising from the hills of southern Africa, the great enclosure of Great Zimbabwe is one of the most remarkable and mysterious stone structures on the continent. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, its towering granite walls stretch over 800 feet in circumference and soar more than 30 feet high, constructed without mortar, yet standing firm for centuries. Scholars believe it served as a royal palace or a ceremonial center, but its exact purpose remains uncertain. Even more puzzling is how such a massive complex was engineered with limited tools and why it was later abandoned. Once at the heart of a thriving trade network that reached as far as China and the Middle East, Great Zimbabwe challenges outdated assumptions about African civilizations. Just outside Nanjing, China, lies one of the most baffling archaeological sites in the world, the Yangshan Quarry. Abandoned over 600 years ago, it was here that Ming Dynasty builders began carving 3 colossal stone blocks intended for the Ming Shaoling Mausoleum. Each block measures over 30 feet high and nearly 100 feet long. Together, They weigh more than 30,000 tons, far larger than any stone ever moved in human history. The project was never completed. Once carved, the stones proved too massive to transport with the technology of the time, and the quarry was suddenly abandoned. Today, the giant unfinished monoliths still lie half-buried in the rock, frozen in time, like the remnants of a lost civilization. The ruins raise unsettling questions. Why attempt the impossible? Did the builders miscalculate, or were they chasing ambitions beyond their reach? Hidden among the cork oak forests near Évora in Portugal stands the Almendras Stone Circle, one of Europe's oldest and largest megalithic monuments. Erected over 7,000 years ago, long before Stonehenge, this site consists of nearly 100 granite stones arranged in circular and elliptical patterns across the hillside. What makes Almendras remarkable is not just its age, but its design. Many of the stones are engraved with faint carvings, spirals, lines, and solar symbols, and the layout appears aligned with the movements of the sun and moon. Archaeologists believe it functioned as a ceremonial site or an early astronomical observatory, helping Neolithic communities track seasons and solstices. Yet its true purpose remains a mystery. Was it a temple to forgotten gods, a cosmic calendar, or a gathering place for rituals lost to time? In Bulgaria, near the shores of the Black Sea, lies the Varna necropolis, one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries in Europe. Unearthed in the 1970s, this burial site dates back more than 6,500 years, making it older than both Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids. Within its graves, archaeologists found the world's oldest known gold treasures, over 6 pounds of intricately crafted jewelry, weapons, and ceremonial objects. The sophistication of these artifacts challenges assumptions about early European societies, revealing a culture with advanced craftsmanship, social hierarchy, and symbolic traditions far beyond what was once believed possible for that era. Yet mysteries remain. Who were these people, and how did they acquire such wealth and skill? Off the coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island, beneath the waves of the East China Sea, lies one of the most debated archaeological mysteries of modern times. Discovered in the 1980s, the Yonaguni Monument is a massive underwater structure with sharp edges, flat terraces, and step-like formations that resemble a man-made pyramid. Some believe it is the remains of an ancient lost city built thousands of years ago when sea levels were lower. Others argue it is nothing more than a natural geological formation shaped by ocean currents and tectonic forces. Adding to the intrigue, stone tools and carvings have reportedly been found nearby, fueling speculation of a forgotten civilization predating known Japanese history. Whether crafted by human hands or sculpted by nature, the monument at Yonaguni continues to stir debate, standing as a haunting reminder of how much of our past may still lie hidden beneath the sea. Borobudur Temple, Indonesia. In the heart of Java rises Borobudur, the largest Buddhist temple in the world. Built in the 9th century, it is shaped like a massive stone mandala, 9 stacked platforms topped by a great central dome. Carved from more than 2 million volcanic stones, its design is both a monument and a spiritual journey. The temple's walls are covered with over 2,500 relief panels, one of the most complete visual guides to Buddhist philosophy ever created. More than 500 Buddha statues sit in meditation, some enclosed in latticed stupas, gazing over the lush volcanic landscape. What makes Borobudur truly mysterious is its forgotten history. Abandoned for centuries, it lay hidden beneath jungle and volcanic ash until rediscovery in the 19th century. To this day, scholars debate its deeper purpose, whether it was a pilgrimage site, a cosmic diagram, or both. Hidden in southeastern Turkey, the ancient city of Dara dates back over 1,500 years to the Eastern Roman Empire. Once a major fortress near the Persian border, Dara featured an advanced water system carved into rock, mysterious underground chambers, and a massive necropolis. Some even call it the Ephesus of the East. Today, travelers can walk through tunnels, gaze at sunken structures, and explore ruins that feel frozen in time. Its isolated desert setting and layered history make Dara one of Turkey's most intriguing and lesser-known archaeological wonders. Beneath the plains of Cappadocia lies Derinkuyu, an underground city carved entirely from volcanic rock. Dating back nearly 3,000 years, this vast labyrinth descends more than 200 feet below the surface. Archaeologists estimate it could shelter as many as 20,000 people, complete with stables, kitchens, wells, and even ventilation shafts that still function today. But the greatest mystery is why it was built. Was it a refuge from invading armies, a sanctuary from natural disasters, or something more enigmatic? The sheer scale and engineering precision challenge our understanding of ancient technology. Entire communities once lived in darkness, hidden away beneath the earth, leaving us to wonder what drove them underground and how they managed to construct the city so vast that modern engineers still marvel at its design. Orlovi Skali, or Eagle Rocks, is a mysterious ancient site hidden in the Rhodope Mountains of Bulgaria. Carved into a high cliffside are dozens of small rectangular niches, believed to date back over 2,000 years. Their purpose remains unclear. Some say they were part of Thracian rituals, possibly connected to sky burials or offerings to the gods. The name comes from the eagles that nest nearby, adding to the sacred and wild atmosphere. Today, it's a quiet but powerful place where nature and ancient mystery blend into one unforgettable experience. High on the windswept plains of the Bolivian Andes lies Puma Punku, a site that defies conventional explanation. Built over 1,500 years ago by the Tiwanaku culture, it is famed for massive stone blocks. Carved with astonishing precision. Some weigh more than 100 tons, yet they fit together like pieces of a puzzle, without mortar and so tightly that even a razor blade cannot slide between them. The blocks feature perfectly drilled holes and interlocking cuts that suggest techniques far beyond what simple bronze tools should allow. How these stones were quarried, transported across miles, and set in place remains unsolved. Was Puma Punku a ceremonial center, a gateway to the gods, or something still hidden from history? Chand Baori, located in the village of Abhaneri, Rajasthan, India, holds an air of mystery that continues to fascinate visitors. This ancient stepwell, constructed over 1,000 years ago, is not only remarkable for its sheer size, with 3,500 steps leading down 13 stories, but also for the mysterious precision with which it was built. The purpose of this massive structure was to harvest rainwater in an arid region, yet its design is so perfect that it raises questions about the advanced engineering knowledge of the time. Deep in the Cambodian jungle, hidden along the banks of a mountain stream, lies Kabal Speen, often called the River of 1,000 Lingers. Dating back to the 11th century, this archaeological site is unlike any other. Carved directly into the riverbed and surrounding rocks are hundreds of sacred symbols, including lingers, yonis, and depictions of Hindu deities. As water flows over the carvings, it was believed to be sanctified, blessing the land and rice fields downstream. The site reveals the deep connection between religion, nature, and daily life in the ancient Khmer Empire. Yet mysteries endure. Why was such an elaborate sacred landscape created in this remote jungle, far from the great temples of Angkor? Was it a royal pilgrimage site, or part of a vast spiritual network? The Durupanar archaeological site in Turkey, located near Mount Ararat, is believed by some to be the resting place of Noah's Ark to uncover its secrets. Discovered in 1959 by a Turkish army captain, the site's structure matches descriptions of Noah's Ark from ancient texts. Although it has not been conclusively proven to be the Ark, the site remains a fascinating destination for those interested in biblical history and ancient mysteries. Today, Durupanar attracts both tourists and researchers eager to uncover the truth behind this enigmatic landmark. On the edge of a sea cliff on Innis Moor, one of Ireland's Aran Islands, stands Dun Engus, a prehistoric stone fort that's over 3,000 years old. Built by the ancient Celts, it faces the roaring Atlantic, with sheer drops nearly 300 feet straight into the ocean. Its semicircular walls are made of massive dry stones, no mortar, just precision. Some say it was a fortress, others believe it was a sacred ritual site. Today, it's one of Ireland's most breathtaking tourist spots, blending raw natural beauty, ancient mystery, and deep Celtic spirit. In the stark expanse of Chile's Atacama Desert rises Cerro Pintados, a hillside adorned with more than 300 geoglyphs etched into the earth. Created between 1,000 and 1,400 years ago, these vast figures include llamas, serpents, and human-like shapes, some stretching over 100 feet across. Scholars believe they guided ancient caravans traveling along trade routes, but their full meaning remains uncertain. Were they markers of territory, spiritual symbols, or messages meant to be seen only from the sky? The arid desert has preserved these designs for centuries, yet the culture that made them left few records behind. Today, Cerro Pintados stands as a silent gallery in the sand, an ancient canvas whose symbols continue to puzzle archaeologists and ignite debate about the mysteries of human expression in one of the driest places on Earth. Hidden in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan stands Chehel Burj, or 40 Towers, one of the region's most enigmatic ancient fortresses. Rising from the desert plateau, its crumbling stone towers still dominate the skyline, hinting at a time when this site controlled vital trade routes linking Central Asia, Persia, and the Indian subcontinent. Archaeologists believe Chehel Burj may date back over 1,000 years, yet its origins remain uncertain. Some say it was a defensive stronghold of the Ghaznavid Empire, while others trace it to earlier forgotten civilizations. The fortress once housed dozens of watchtowers, interconnected walls, and hidden chambers, a labyrinth of stone designed for both power and protection. What baffles historians is not only its massive scale, but also its isolation. Why was such an advanced and fortified complex built in this remote corner of Afghanistan? And what secrets of ancient warfare, trade, or lost kingdoms still lie buried beneath its ruins? High in Romania's Carpathian Mountains lies Samizigatusa Regia, the ancient capital of the Dacian kingdom. Built in the 1st century before Christ, it was both a fortress and a sacred center. Massive stone walls once stretched for nearly 4 miles, protecting sanctuaries, workshops, and dwellings. At its heart stands a strange circular monument of stone pillars, often called a Dacian Stonehenge, believed to be an astronomical calendar or ritual site. When the Romans conquered Dacia in the 2nd century, they dismantled much of the city, yet its secrets endured. How did the Dacians carve and place such massive stones with primitive tools? What ceremonies unfolded within these sanctuaries? Archaeologists have studied the site for decades, but many questions remain unanswered. Today, as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Samizigatusa Regia continues to fascinate historians, inviting us to wonder about the lost wisdom of this mysterious mountain civilization. Deep in the jungles of Guatemala rises Tikal, one of the most powerful cities of the ancient Maya. Towering stone pyramids pierce the rainforest canopy, some soaring over 200 feet high. For centuries, these temples and palaces were the center of politics, religion, and astronomy in Mesoamerica. At its height, Tikal was home to tens of thousands of people, with causeways, ball courts, and plazas stretching across the landscape. Yet what makes Tikal truly mysterious is the precision of its construction. The city's layout aligns with celestial events, its pyramids designed as giant calendars, tracking the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. Then, around the 9th century, Tikal was suddenly abandoned. Was it drought, warfare, or something deeper, a societal collapse, still not fully understood? Today, swallowed by the jungle, Tikal remains a haunting reminder of a civilization whose knowledge of the heavens rivaled anything seen in the ancient world. High in the mountains of southern Armenia lies Karahanj, often called the Armenian Stonehenge. This ancient site, believed to be over 7,000 years old, is one of the world's oldest astronomical observatories. Scattered across the plateau are over 200 massive stones, many with strange circular holes carved through them. Aligned with the stars and sun, these stones may have been used to study the night sky long before written history. Some believe Karahanj was a place of worship. Others say it holds the secrets of a lost civilization. In the green hills of Ireland's Boyne Valley stands New Grange, a passage tomb older than both Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids. Built more than 5,000 years ago, this massive earth and stone mound stretches nearly 300 feet across and rises over 40 feet high. At its heart lies a narrow passage leading to a central chamber, carefully aligned with the rising sun on the winter solstice. On those mornings, sunlight pierces the passage and illuminates the inner chamber, a feat of engineering and astronomy that still astonishes today. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings of spirals and geometric patterns whose meanings remain elusive. Was New Grange purely a tomb, a temple to the sun, or something far more complex? Its builders long vanished, left behind no written record. What they achieved with stone, sunlight, and vision ensures Newgrange remains one of the most mysterious and awe-inspiring monuments of the ancient world. In the heart of Thailand lies the ancient city of Sukhothai, often called the birthplace of Thai civilization. Founded in the 13th century, it became the first capital of the Sukhothai kingdom, a golden age where art, architecture, and culture flourished. The name itself means dawn of happiness, and walking through its ruins feels like stepping back into a time when a new nation was being born. At its height, Sukhothai was a thriving city of temples, palaces, and lotus-filled ponds. Its most iconic monuments are the serene Buddha statues, towering figures carved with gentle smiles, embodying a sense of peace and enlightenment. The city also introduced the elegant Sukhothai style of art and architecture, blending spirituality with refined beauty. Surrounded by ancient walls and moats, the ruins of Sukhothai still whisper stories of kings who dreamed of unity, faith, and prosperity. Deep in the Sahara Desert of southeastern Algeria lies Tassili Najer, a surreal plateau known as one of the world's greatest open-air museums. Formed millions of years ago, its dramatic sandstone arches and canyons hold over 15,000 ancient rock paintings and engravings, some dating back more than 10,000 years. These mysterious artworks depict animals, human figures, and even odd beings that some say resemble alien visitors. Once a lush green land, Tassili Najer reveals a forgotten chapter of Earth's climate and prehistoric life. Today, it's a remote UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing adventurers and mystery seekers from around the globe. Off the coast of Maharashtra, India, rises Marudjangi, a sea fortress unlike any other. Built in the 15th century, it sits on a rocky island in the Arabian Sea, its massive stone walls rising almost 40 feet above the waves. What makes this fortress truly extraordinary is that it was never conquered, despite repeated attempts by powerful empires, including the Portuguese, the Dutch, and even the British. Armed with cannons and surrounded on all sides by water, Marudjangi was nearly impregnable. Inside its walls, lie freshwater wells, palaces, and secret passages that allowed its defenders to withstand long sieges. Yet questions remain about the advanced engineering techniques used to anchor such a colossal structure in the sea, centuries before modern technology. Meroe, Sudan. On the sands of Sudan, far from the shadow of Egypt, rises the forgotten city of Meroe, once the capital of the Kingdom of Kush. Known as the City of 100 Pyramids, it holds more pyramids than Egypt itself, though smaller and steeper, with unique designs that reflect a blend of African and Egyptian traditions. Built over 2,000 years ago, Meroe was a powerful center of trade and culture, enriched by gold mines, iron production, and commerce that stretched across the Nile and deep into Africa. Its queens, called Kandakes, ruled with extraordinary influence, leading armies and negotiating with Rome. What sets Meroe apart is its script. The Kushites developed their own written language, the Meroitic script, one of the world's oldest alphabets, and to this day, it remains only partly deciphered. The pyramids of Giza rise from the Egyptian desert like eternal guardians of history. Built more than 4,500 years ago, they remain one of the greatest enigmas of human achievement. The Great Pyramid is aligned almost perfectly to the cardinal directions, a precision nearly impossible without modern tools. Millions of limestone blocks, each weighing several tons, were fitted so tightly that even today a knife blade cannot slip between them. Inside, narrow shafts align with ancient stars, hinting that these monuments may have been more than royal tombs. They could have served as cosmic gateways. Archaeologists believe the stones were quarried nearby and transported using wooden sledges dragged across sand that was dampened with water to reduce friction. Ramps, straight, zigzagging, or circular, may have been used to haul the massive blocks up. As the pyramid grew higher, thousands of skilled workers, not slaves as once imagined, lived in nearby workers' villages, fed with bread, beer, and meat, building the pyramid with teamwork and ingenuity. The pyramids of Giza are not just relics of the past. They are riddles in stone, silent, enduring, and still challenging us to understand the true genius of the civilization that built them. In the heart of Aragon, Spain, stands the haunting ghost town of Belchite, a place where history froze in time. Once a thriving community, Belchite was reduced to ruins during the brutal Spanish Civil War in 1937. Bombings and fierce battles left its churches shattered, its streets scarred, and its houses hollowed out, turning the town into a silent witness of destruction. Rather than rebuild, Spain left Belchite untouched, constructing a new town nearby. The ruins remain as they were, a chilling open-air memorial where visitors can walk among crumbling arches, collapsed towers, and bullet-riddled walls. Locals speak of eerie echoes, strange lights, and ghostly voices, adding an unsettling layer of mystery. On the sun-soaked coast of southern Turkey lies Myra, an ancient city steeped in mystery and wonder. Over 2,000 years ago, Myra thrived as a Lycian stronghold, known for its rock-cut tombs carved high into cliffs like silent guardians of the past. It's also home to the ruins of a grand Roman theater and the Church of St. Nicholas, the real-life inspiration for Santa Claus. Myra's eerie beauty and deep ties to ancient myth make it more than a historical site. It feels like a forgotten world frozen in time. Travelers still feel its ancient soul echoing through the stones. Carved into rose-red cliffs in southern Jordan, Petra stands as one of the most breathtaking archaeological wonders of the ancient world. Founded over 2,000 years ago by the Nabateans, this city flourished as a hub of trade, linking Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. Its most iconic structure, Al-Khazneh, or the Treasury, was hewn directly into solid rock with astonishing precision. Its grand facade blending Greek, Roman, and Near Eastern styles. Beyond it lie temples, tombs, and an advanced water management system that sustained tens of thousands in the desert. Yet mysteries remain. How did the Nabateans achieve such architectural mastery? And why was Petra eventually abandoned? Standing like silent sentinels above the Baltic Sea, Alice stones in southern Sweden remain one of Scandinavia's greatest mysteries. This megalithic monument, made up of 59 massive boulders arranged in the shape of a ship, dates back over 1,500 years, possibly even earlier. Some believe it's an ancient burial site, while others claim it was a solar calendar aligned with the summer solstice. The exact purpose of Ailey's stones is still unknown. Were they built by Viking ancestors, or by a civilization long forgotten? With the sea winds whispering through the stones, Ailey's remains a timeless enigma. High above the city of Cusco in Peru rises Sacsayhuaman, a fortress that continues to baffle archaeologists. Built by the Inca in the 15th century, its massive stone walls are composed of enormous limestone blocks, some weighing over 200 tons. These stones were cut and fitted with such precision that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. Yet they were shaped without iron tools or mortar. The walls form zigzag patterns stretching for hundreds of feet, designed not only for defense, but also with remarkable seismic resistance. How the Inca quarried, transported, and lifted stones of such size across rough terrain remains an enduring mystery. Was it sheer ingenuity or techniques we have yet to rediscover? Once a ceremonial and military complex, Sacsayhuaman still stands as a breathtaking testament to Inca engineering, a site where history, legend, and unanswered questions converge. Deep in the heart of Somerset, England, lies Glastonbury, one of the most mysterious and magical places on Earth. Once an ancient isle surrounded by marshland, it's believed by some to be the legendary Avalon from Arthurian lore. Glastonbury Tor, a hill topped with a lonely medieval tower, is said to be a gateway to another world. Legends claim that Joseph of Arimathea brought the Holy Grail here. On the plains of Wiltshire, England, stands Stonehenge, one of the most iconic and mysterious monuments in the world. Built over 4,000 years ago, this prehistoric circle of massive stones has inspired countless theories. The largest stones, called sarsens, weigh up to 25 tons each and were transported from miles away, while the smaller blue stones came from quarries more than 150 miles distant in Wales. How Neolithic builders managed to move and erect these colossal stones with only primitive tools remains a puzzle. Was Stonehenge a temple for solar worship, a burial site, or an ancient astronomical observatory aligned with the solstices. Despite decades of excavation and study, no single explanation has ever been proven. What is certain is that Stonehenge remains a timeless symbol of human ambition, ingenuity, and the mysteries of our distant past. Carved high into the sandstone cliffs of Colorado's Mesa Verde lies the Cliff Palace, the largest cliff dwelling in North America. Built by the ancestral Puebloans around the 12th century, this remarkable structure once held over 150 rooms and more than 20 ceremonial chambers, known as kivas. Balanced beneath a natural rock alcove, its design reveals advanced knowledge of stone masonry, water collection, and community planning. Yet questions linger. Why was such a vast city suddenly abandoned after only a few generations? The Cliff Palace endures as both a masterpiece of ancient engineering and an unsolved archaeological mystery. Hidden in the heart of Maharashtra, India, the Kailasa Temple is one of the world's greatest ancient mysteries. Carved from a single piece of volcanic rock, this temple wasn't built. It was dug downward, over 1,000 years ago, using only primitive tools. No blueprints, no cranes, just pure genius. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, its massive pillars and detailed carvings leave experts baffled. How did ancient builders remove hundreds of thousands of tons of rock with such precision? No one truly knows. Kailasa is not just a temple, it's an unsolved riddle set in stone. Rising over 7,000 feet in southeastern Turkey, Mount Nemrut is home to one of the most astonishing archaeological sites of the ancient world. Built in the 1st century BCE by King Antiochus I of Commagene, its summit holds colossal statues, some once standing 30 feet tall, depicting gods of both Greek and Persian origin beside the king himself. Over centuries, earthquakes toppled the figures, scattering their massive stone heads across the mountain's slopes. Scholars believe this monumental sanctuary was a political and religious statement, symbolizing cultural fusion at the crossroads of East and West. Yet great mysteries endure. How were these statues carved, transported, and erected at such altitude with ancient tools? Mount Nemrut remains a UNESCO World Heritage treasure, a haunting reminder of human ambition and unanswered questions. High in Peru's Sacred Valley lies Moray, a mysterious site of giant circular terraces carved into the earth. Believed to be over 500 years old, these rings were not for farming, but possibly an Inca agricultural laboratory. Each level has its own microclimate, allowing the Incas to experiment with crops. Sitting nearly 10,000 feet above sea level, Moray is not just visually stunning, but scientifically fascinating. Rising from the dense jungles of northern Guatemala, Tikal was once one of the greatest cities of the ancient Maya world. Founded more than 2,000 years ago, it grew into a powerful political, economic, and spiritual center, home to tens of thousands of people. Towering above the forest canopy are its massive step pyramids, some over 200 feet tall, aligned with celestial events that guided Maya rituals and calendars. The city's grand plazas, temples, and causeways reveal a highly advanced society skilled in astronomy, mathematics, and engineering. Yet many mysteries endure. How did such a vast city thrive in the middle of the rainforest? And why was it suddenly abandoned around the 9th century? Today, Tikal remains both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an enduring puzzle where history, jungle, and unanswered questions about the rise and fall of the Maya civilization converge. Across the desert canyons of Utah, etched into cliffs and boulders, lie thousands of ancient images, known as the Utah petroglyphs, created by indigenous peoples thousands of years ago. These carvings depict animals, hunters, spirals, and otherworldly figures that still stir the imagination. Some panels stretch for hundreds of feet, transforming the rock faces into vast storytelling canvases. What makes them so mysterious are the shapes that defy easy explanation. Towering humanoids with elongated bodies, strange masks, and geometric symbols whose meaning is long forgotten. Were they spiritual visions, celestial maps, or messages to future generations? No one can say for certain. Dating back as far as 10,000 years, the petroglyphs outlasted the cultures that created them. In the desert of Southern California, etched into the earth on a massive scale, lie the Blythe intaglios, giant geoglyphs that remain one of North America's greatest archaeological mysteries. Created between 500 and 2,000 years ago, these enormous figures include human shapes, animals, and abstract designs, some stretching more than 100 feet across. Their full forms can only be seen from the air, raising the question of how their creators, ancient Native American cultures, envisioned and executed them without flight. Scholars believe they may have served ceremonial or religious purposes, possibly connected to creation stories or fertility rituals. Yet no definitive explanation exists, and their true meaning is still debated. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, Israel, is one of the holiest sites in Christianity. Believed to be the location of both the crucifixion and the burial of Jesus Christ, it attracts millions of pilgrims each year. The church's construction dates back to the 4th century AD, commissioned by Emperor Constantine. Located in the Christian quarter of Jerusalem's Old City, it is a blend of historical, religious, and architectural significance. Visitors can explore sacred sites within the church, such as the Stone of Anointing, where Jesus' body is said to have been prepared for burial, and the tomb of Christ. Stretching across the arid plains of southern Peru are the Nazca Lines, one of the world's most enigmatic archaeological wonders. Etched into the desert floor more than 2,000 years ago, these massive geoglyphs depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes, some stretching over 1,000 feet long. Their scale is so vast that the full designs can only be seen from the air, raising the question, how did the Nazca people create them without flight? Scholars believe they may have served as astronomical calendars, ritual pathways, or offerings to deities connected to water and fertility. Yet no single theory fully explains their purpose. The lines have survived millennia, thanks to the region's dry climate, preserving this silent canvas of mystery. High above the Judean desert, on a rugged plateau overlooking the Dead Sea, stands the fortress of Masada, one of the most dramatic archaeological sites in Israel. Built by King Herod in the 1st century BCE, it was a marvel of engineering. Palaces carved into the cliffs, massive storehouses, and an ingenious water system that could sustain life in the barren desert. But Masada is remembered most for its tragic final chapter. In 73 CE, during the First Jewish-Roman War, nearly 1,000 Jewish rebels and their families made their last stand here against the Roman legions. When the Romans finally breached the fortress after months of siege, they found silence. According to ancient accounts, The defenders had chosen mass suicide over capture, turning Masada into a powerful symbol of resistance and sacrifice. Today, the windswept ruins of Masada whisper both the brilliance of human ingenuity and the haunting cost of freedom. Scattered across the misty plateaus of northern Laos lies the Plain of Jars, one of archaeology's most puzzling landscapes. Thousands of massive stone vessels, some standing over 10 feet tall and weighing several tons, are spread across more than 90 sites. Carved from solid rock around 2,000 years ago, their purpose remains a mystery. Were they used as burial urns, ancient storage containers, or part of ritual ceremonies long forgotten? Local legends speak of giants who brewed rice wine in them, while excavations have revealed human remains and artifacts hinting at funerary practices. Yet no definitive explanation has ever been proven. The sheer number of jars, their immense size, and the effort required to create and transport them show a society with advanced skills and complex traditions. Cuelap, an ancient fortress in Peru, is one of the most mysterious and captivating archaeological sites in South America. Located in the Chachapoyas region, high in the Andes Mountains, Cuelap was built by the Chachapoya civilization over 1,000 years ago. This massive structure, often referred to as the Machu Picchu of the North, was used as a stronghold and ceremonial center. What makes Cuelap particularly fascinating is its sheer size, with over 400 stone buildings and towering walls up to 65 feet high. The site remained largely hidden until the late 20th century, making it a relatively undiscovered gem for travelers. Ciudad Perdida, Colombia. Deep in the jungles of northern Colombia lies Ciudad Perdida, the lost city of the ancient Tairona people. Hidden beneath dense rainforest for centuries, it was rediscovered in the 1970s when treasure hunters stumbled upon stone steps leading up a mountainside. What they found was astonishing. Hundreds of terraces carved into the slopes, plazas, and ceremonial platforms, all connected by stone stairways that climb thousands of steps through the jungle. Built around the 8th century, Ciudad Perdida is centuries older than Machu Picchu. It once housed thousands of people and served as a political and spiritual center. Reaching it today requires a multi-day trek through rivers, dense vegetation, and steep mountains, an ordeal that adds to its mystery. Ciudad Perdida is more than an archaeological site. It is a living memory, still sacred to indigenous communities who see it as the heart of their ancestors' world. Crop circles in the United Kingdom are one of the most puzzling modern mysteries. First appearing in the late 20th century, these massive, intricate patterns suddenly appear overnight in wheat and barley fields, especially in southern England near ancient sites like Stonehenge and Avebury. Some believe they're made by pranksters, while others point to magnetic anomalies, secret military tech, or even extraterrestrial messages. The designs have grown more complex over time, with some stretching over 300 feet wide. Tourists, researchers, and truth seekers flock to these sites each summer, hoping to witness a formation or uncover the secrets behind their stunning precision and unknown origin. Welcome to the mysterious world of the Baalbek monoliths, an ancient marvel located in Lebanon, renowned for its massive stone blocks that have puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries. Situated in the Bekaa Valley, Baalbek is home to some of the largest stones ever carved and transported by humans. The site's most famous monoliths, including the Stone of the Pregnant Woman, weigh an astounding 1,000 tons and remain a testament to the advanced engineering skills of the ancient Phoenicians or perhaps even earlier civilizations. Baalbek's cultural significance is deeply intertwined with the Roman Empire, as the site was once home to a grand temple complex dedicated to Jupiter. Visitors today are captivated by the grandeur of its ruins, with its towering columns and intricate carvings, making it a must-see for those intrigued by ancient history. Hidden in Brittany, France, the Karnak stones stretch across the land like a giant forgotten code. Raised nearly 6,000 years ago, over 3,000 massive stones stand in eerie alignment. Who built them, and for what purpose, remains a mystery. Some theories point to ancient astronomical knowledge, while others speak of sacred rituals or even alien origins. Locals whisper legends of an army frozen in stone. Today, visitors walk among the ancient monoliths, feeling the weight of time and wondering what secrets these silent sentinels still guard. In the heart of Peru's Sacred Valley stand the Inca ruins of Ollantaytambo, a site that blends fortress, temple, and living city. Built in the 15th century, it became a last refuge of the Inca against Spanish conquest. Yet what truly astonishes is its construction. Colossal andesite blocks, some weighing more than 50 tons, were quarried across the river and somehow hauled up steep mountain slopes. Each stone is carved with such precision that they lock together without mortar, surviving earthquakes that topple modern structures. Ollantaytambo's terraces were not just for defense, but also advanced agriculture, capturing water and soil. With ingenious design, stone channels still guide fresh water through the site today. Many structures align with solstices and sacred peaks, revealing the Incas' mastery of both engineering and astronomy. Ollantaytambo remains more than a ruin. It is a living puzzle, a place where history, mystery, and human ingenuity converge in the Andes. Deep in the Indus Valley of present-day Pakistan lies Mohenjo-Daro, one of the world's oldest and most mysterious cities. Built over 4,000 years ago, this ancient metropolis had advanced urban planning, straight roads, drainage systems, and even multi-story homes. Yet no temples, palaces, or obvious signs of warfare have ever been found. Who built it? Why did it vanish? Its name means Mound of the Dead, and even today, Mohenjo-Daro raises more questions than answers. It's a silent puzzle from a civilization lost to time.